Well, judging by some of the responses on my little pit stop video I made yesterday, we're going to talk about the Benders today. So, as I said yesterday, the Bloody Benders are a notorious family who are infamous for committing several serial unalivings in southeastern Kansas in the 1870s. They are going to have somewhere between 9 and 20 victims. We don't know the exact count because, one, a lot of things get exaggerated because we're talking about newspapers and sensationalism in the 1870s, and two, there's a lot of remains and the parts didn't match up quite right.
The Benders homestead was located right around in here near what is today Dennis, Kansas, going near Cherryville. This little marker right here, where 400 meets 169, there is an historical marker there that gives some more details about the Bender family. However, the Bender homestead was situated perfectly on the trail that would take you from the Osage Mission, now St. Paul, all the way to Independence, Kansas.
The victims age and range from as old as their early 50s to as young as 18 months old. William York is going to be the last known victim of the Bender family in Kansas. His brother, Colonel Alexander York, was a member of the Kansas State Legislature, a lawyer, and a very influential member of that part of Kansas as well. He leads a search party to go find his brother, who had went looking for another person who had went missing. He notices some of his brother's items in the Bender's dry goods store. He doesn't say anything, leaves the next day to go get a sheriff. Rain and storms keep him away for several days. By the time he gets back, the Benders are gone and they're never seen again. They make the gruesome discovery that the Benders had been unaliving their guests. The way the Benders homestead was set up was they had two rooms separating one another. On this side of the room would have been the kitchen, where they would have, or this would have been the dining area, where they'd have a table, and they would set their guest of honor right at the head of the table. Behind that table was a wall, a half wall, that had a curtain made out of canvas that they could close across it and separate them from the kitchen. They would set their victim in the seat of honor. They would talk to him. Kate, who was supposedly very young and beautiful, would chat them up, keep them distracted. Paul Bender would pull the curtain shut. He would grab a hander and whack them over the head, rendering them unconscious. Ma and John Bender, who was Kate's brother / husband, maybe, we don't know, would take them down to a root cellar to finish the deed and remove body parts from themselves for further hiding. When Colonel York returns back with the sheriff and a posse full of men, they begin investigating the grounds and they find the remains of what are believed to be somewhere between 9 and 20 bodies. The entire homestead was dismantled, looking for clues to where they had gone, and to this day, there is rampant speculation on what happened to the Bender family, but it is not known what happened to the Benders. What we do know is that in 1873, the Bender family becomes what are possibly the first serial killers west of the Mississippi River, and it happens in a little corner in southeast Kansas. Have a great day, everybody. Peace.